Give us your insights on the recent terrorist incident in New Orleans from a police perspective. You know, what went right, what went wrong? What did you see that made you want to throw something at the television, if anything?
The only thing that I think that went right is, and if you watch the video carefully, I don't think they realized that what he did was intentional because they didn't really have their guns out when they approached the vehicle.
Right.
But they responded immediately and neutralized him. So he had two other devices and then one in the truck that he didn't set off. And the problem I have with the whole thing is, I mean, the FBI is the FBI. I
Yeah.
think they're playing certain things in this whole thing because November, I remember initially when it happened, they talked about travel to Egypt. He went to Egypt, then he came back, right? So, and he got radicalized around 2007 or when he got divorced from his wife. I want to say it was 2017, but
Hmm.
he's been going down this primrose path, headed this way. And he was,
For a
an
while.
IT guy. He's a fairly intelligent guy, right? This is not a
No.
dumb guy. So the one thing that went right is they engaged him right away. And
Hmm.
I guess he had a remote to set the bombs off. So if they hadn't engaged him right away, then it might have been more catastrophic. Everything else was wrong. As a matter of fact, the city in general. So everybody was talking about how they had vehicles as barricades. The reality is the barricades that they had in place. I don't know if you saw this report from a few days ago. Um, were not designed to handle that anyway.
No.
They were designed to handle a car going 10 miles an hour.
Right.
So they're really for show. So the reality is this: were they prepared for that at all? The answer is no.
Yeah.
Nobody was. I think New York and LA get the most hype. I mean, those are obvious targets. It is everything that that particular group loathes, right?
Right.
It's money, power, whatever. So they would love to hit those cities. The problem is those cities have such a presence and are more prepared, have so many more officers and
Right.
resources that they're hardened a little bit, right? After 9/11, right, New York is very sensitive to that kind of attack.
Yes.
And they know how to deal with it really well. So if you get into targeting, bad guys do targeting as well. They assess targets. You want certain things. You want something that is very Americana, something you loathe. Obviously, the French Quarter has a certain reputation,
Yes.
right? For
Hmm.
right.
Oh,
So
yes.
yeah, so that's kind of a cool target. It also is not as well protected. It's not as well thought of, yet there's press and a lot of resources nearby to get visuals on it.